Doodlebud. Tell you what doesn't get more German than this. We got the Lamy Aion today. Very simplistic design in true form and fashion. Of course, no flash whatsoever, but they do deliver a fantastic pen. Also, if you go to the Lamy website, there is, at least for me, an amazing video of them building this pen. It's getting assembled. You get to see all the machines, all the clicks and clacks and lasers, and just how everything goes together. Check that out. I'll leave a link in the description. We have Van Diemen's im Schurken Zehen. I have no idea if that's how you say it. I've been using this pen here, I think it's close to 2 months now. I took it out of the box, put the ink in it, put the pen to page, and it has not stopped doing a fantastic job of that ever since. It has sealed perfectly. It has written perfectly. And I think it's a great looking pen. I wish they added some more colors to it. There's like a dark blue that's out right now. Ooh, exciting times. But I might want to zap this with my new laser to make it look cool if they're not going to do it. This pen was provided to me by the fantastic folks over there at Blesket. They are a Canadian fountain pen and associated type of stuff retailer. You can go in store if you're in the area in Ontario, but you can also go online, blesket.com. And the cool thing they did for everybody, I don't make anything off it. The savings goes to you. Doodlebud22 saves you 10% off your purchases. And they got a good deal in shipping too. I forget what the threshold is. I think outside of Ontario and Quebec, if you spend $100 or something, you get free shipping. It's in that range, which by the way, this pen right now in this is the olive silver, retails for $97.75 Canadian. So add in a little bit of ink with it. You're over that threshold, whatever that one is. The first thing you do with a pen when you get it is you want to write with it. So let's just jump into that. The cap pops off, slip cap. It posts securely. And this has a medium nib. This is their new sort of stylized Lamy nib, not the same as on a Safari. I looked on the site. They don't give the model number. Someone in the comments down there will let you know. But this is a medium. I find it's a little bit of a thinner line width. So what do we got again? We got the Lamy. That's what we're doing. Lamy. It is just perfectly smooth. The tuning is absolutely dead nuts bang on. Like the line width here is a little bit thinner than a normal medium. I'll do a measurement in a moment. But as far as writing, amazing flow. It is absolutely dialed in. My writing is not amazing tonight, but that's okay. Yeah, feedback, smoothness, alignment, everything is fantastic. I'll write a little bit more and then we'll get all into the details. One thing with this ink, I get this green type of sheen on the nib, but I'm not getting green sheen on the paper. Same thing on the feed. It does this type of action. I was expecting some sheen on this ink. So it is very nice when you get a new pen and you put ink in it and it just writes wonderfully. Oh, you know what? We're picking up a little sheen there now. I'm looking at the amazing. If you get just the right angle, it does have a very, very little bit. Anyways, I might try this ink again in a really wet pen. But as I was saying, it's so nice when you get a new pen. Maybe you clean it out first. Sometimes you don't. I'm guilty of that. Put ink in it, pen to page, and you are instantly rewarded with the very nice and smooth fountain pen writing experience that we all love, which is why we use fountain pens. Figured we should check the old massometer, how much this thing pulls. We got 35 grams. That is with converter and ink installed and the cap on there. Let's just do this. The cap, let's call it 11.5. So we are now left with 23.7 in the body. Now, obviously, you can see what this looks like. Pretty straightforward stuff. The clip is quite nice in true Lamy fashion. It is a spring clip that works just perfectly. They make a pretty good clip just in general. Spring clips are fantastic. I find them a lot on German pens. It sort of seems to be the German way. Pretty basic up here. It's sort of a machine satin type finish. Again, check the Lamy video. They show you how they put the finish on there. There's so much cool little quick details. I'm probably going to watch it a few more times. No logos or finials there. All that you have for identification is the Lamy there on the clip. It is a slip cap. And I was just thinking as I was using this, does Lamy have any pens that are threaded caps? They have the Lamy Dialog 3, which you turn, and that's capless, but I think all their other pens are snap caps or slip caps. Correct me down in the comments if there's one that I'm missing. I can't think of off the top of my head. Please do let me know. The cap posts on here, nice and secure. Everything's good. You know how some caps, like it does wiggle a little bit there, but some caps, if you do that, just one little wiggle that falls off, it doesn't do that. It stays on there quite nice. You have a cap liner way down in there. Capping does have a nice little snap to it. So that's quite rewarding. You know it's secure. It doesn't sort of ease in and then go snap. Some caps, how they design it, there's like a increasing friction before the snap. This is just a pretty much snap. You don't kind of feel it engaging. It does spin on the body. Okay, so it does that. If that drives you nuts, it'll drive you nuts. It doesn't really bother me. I do wish it was maybe a little more frictiony in there. But that's just the type of cap liner they have. It engages here on this very front lip. So they'd have to change that whole cap liner setup and maybe even add pressure bars in order to do that, which would increase the cost. So you got to design things with that in mind. But yeah, it doesn't dry up at all. Like I was worried it maybe would dry out because, you know, it spins. But I have no problems with that. I left this unused, but I left it capped with ink in it for at least a month. Wrote up instantly. So there has been any hard starts. Writing experience has been bang on. Works quite well. We do have a little bit of grippiness down here. It would be almost, yeah, I guess they can continue that right down into there, but then that would be too plain. Getting some ink on there. But there are other pens too that'll have a colored body. Yes, the other option is black, of course. But yeah, I think it's called deep dark blue, and there's a green that's hit and miss and when you can get it. I don't know why. Well, I kind of know why. They're German, but they just don't explore the colors a little bit more, a little more fun. Or maybe like engrave the body, add some texture, some like chevron patterns. I don't know, just something, a spiral. I just give it a little more flair. It is totally fine how it is, but I just think you're missing an opportunity when you do limit it a little bit. But again, that it goes part and parcel with their design, but just a little more fun. And I think this pen would appeal to more people because it is just a little plain, but it doesn't detract from how it operates. It operates absolutely perfectly. So let me give you dimensions and a size comparison. 143, almost 137. Longer than these calipers, so let's just say it's about 160. All sorts of nice little details here. Obviously no seam, really good job. Really nice smooth threads. Everything's fantastic with that. You can see they have a brass insert to go against these threads here. It's an aluminum body. Be a bad idea to have aluminum, which is quite soft, to go up against these threads. So there's a little thin wall brass insert. Really smart. Down in the bottom, it's a little tough to see here with the phone. Trying my best. Yeah, that's a little better. That's a piece of plastic down there, and there's a little bore in the middle. So what that's doing is it's securing the converter. So when it goes down in there, you don't have converter rattle. What's nice about that is that they made it out of plastic, so it's not going to back weight the pen. So smart detail and feature and material choice, and it's very well executed. If I sounded like I was breathing heavy there for a minute, I'm doing little workouts in the garage while I'm doing the video. I'll film for a few minutes, go do a couple sets, come back and do it. So I gotta get a workout in somehow. Same thing here for construction. We got a little steel ring. If this was just left as aluminum, it's a very, very thin wall. That edge would get dinged up pretty bad. So they took care of that too. And you got this little steel ring, nicely chamfered, everything on there. That'll be a press fit that goes right into there. And yeah, I want to be able to take this clip off. I don't know if I'll be able to do it. There was that Lamy video again. The very first thing they show is the SolidWorks drawing for this clip, and I can see the internals. So I'm gonna go back, watch it, pause it, because I would like to take this clip off because I would like to zap this pen with my laser and just try to increase the cool factor. A couple pens to size it up against. We have an Esterbrook SD normal size. Then we have the Aion, Lamy 2000, and then my Mahjong A1. These two I keep in my little 2-pen case. It is just like the perfect duo. Here we are, uncapped, and in this case, clicked. What are my final impressions here with this Lamy Aion? They're really high. I think it's great. There is no flaws or anything really I found with the pen. I wish it had a little more friction in the cap, but that doesn't impact anything whatsoever. That's more of a personal preference. It seals great, fantastic clip, comfortable, and there's nothing that will upset anyone when it comes to grip. However you grip your pen, you can grip this one no problem, and it still is grippy as well. It does, okay, maybe this, that metal on metal kind of sound, and there's a bit of a brush finish type thing on there, so for some folks maybe that makes the hairs stand up in the back of your neck. Other than that, it's a fantastic pen. Pricing is great. Like I said, the only thing I wish they would attempt is maybe increase the color choices. I think you got a winner here, and you would get more attention if you had a little more flair, a little more color to it. You wouldn't have to go crazy. You could even keep the sections all the same and just have different colors for the bodies. There's so many options when it comes to anodizing or beautiful lacquers, and if someone can do a really nice coating on a pen, it would be Lamy, that's for sure. Forgot to mention here, I did this really quick just to sample with some thicker ink on it, a little heavier flow. This is Regalia paper, and you are just barely seeing some sheen to it. This is Clairefontaine, and yeah, almost non-existent. The right angle, you'll just see a flicker of it, but that's about it. So big thanks once again to Blesket. I have been absolutely enjoying this pen. Check out their site for details. Don't forget the discount code. Got a bunch more stuff coming. We'll catch you next time.